There's going to be nothing like the female loneliness epidemic that you're going to see with this generation of women when they hit the 40s.
Be self-sufficient, put your career first. You don't need a man. A few years later, you're older, no partner, no children, no legacy. The men that they overlooked in their 20s, they didn't just vanish. They were building, failing, learning, becoming disciplined, and becoming men. Modern narratives today did not remove the bill. They just postponed it. Distractions instead of connection. Comfort instead of intimacy.
Why is the male loneliness epidemic my issue? Why are men in comments going, men's mental health is suffering because we're alone? Your loneliness epidemic is a result of individual choices and, you guessed it, patriarchy. Talk to your bros. Tell them you love them.
Do you want to know the last time a man held the door open for me? Do you want to know the last time a man wanted to see me in the daylight? Do you want to know the last time a man bought me flowers? Do you want to know the last time a man picked me up for a date? I'm sorry that I'm not jumping at the opportunity to be treated like a complete fucking dog. I've done the math. My life is just a whole lot better and easier without a man. And until a man wants to treat me right, then I'm fine being single.
A shocking divide is growing between modern men and women, and social media is exposing it in real time. Some women are warning about a future loneliness epidemic as marriage rates collapse, while others say relationships simply aren't worth the emotional cost anymore. Meanwhile, more men are quietly walking away from dating altogether. In this video, we break down the viral clips fueling one of the biggest relationship debates of 2025.
There's going to be nothing like the female loneliness epidemic that you're going to see with this generation of women when they hit the 40s. It's going to be out of control.
Many years from now, there is going to be a quiet crisis, loneliness in women especially. Not because women failed, not because they weren't capable or intelligent, but because they were handed a script or a blueprint that left out the consequences. Be self-sufficient, put your career first. You don't need a man. So they followed it. They pushed love down the line. They delayed the family. They treated commitment like something that could always wait until it didn't. Fast forward a few years later. You're older, no partner, no children, no legacy, just some noise to fill that silence.
There's going to be nothing like the female loneliness epidemic that you're going to see with this generation of women when they hit the 40s. It's going to be out of control. When these 20-somethings hit 40-something, there's going to be massive devastation. There's going to be, the pharmaceutical companies are going to be like, yeah, cashing in on the antidepressants and all of that if they go that route.
Women need to grow up. Elementary school girls say, I hate boys, they have cooties. Now we have actual adult women saying, I hate men, they give me the ick. Grow up.
Many years from now, there is going to be a quiet crisis, loneliness in women especially. Not because women failed, not because they weren't capable or intelligent, but because they were handed a script or a blueprint that left out the consequences. Be self-sufficient, put your career first. You don't need a man. So they followed it. They pushed love down the line. They delayed the family. They treated commitment like something that could always wait until it didn't. Fast forward a few years later. You're older, no partner, no children, no legacy, just some noise to fill that silence. Meanwhile, your grandmothers had way fewer choices, but way stronger direction. They built families, they built the roots, they built something bigger than themselves. And this generation swapped it all for convenience. Legacy for pleasure, meaning for freedom without structure. And here's the part that nobody likes to talk about. The men that they overlooked in their 20s, they didn't just vanish. They were building, failing, learning, becoming disciplined, and becoming men. Men don't peak early. They compound with time. Value grows with time and skill and responsibility. Women don't gain leverage by delaying everything. That is not cruelty. That is reality. Every decision comes with a cost. Modern narratives today did not remove the bill, they just postponed it, and the outcome is usually the same. Distractions instead of connection. Comfort instead of intimacy, and independence without fulfillment. This is not about going backward. It's about correcting the course. We don't need less ambition. We need stronger values, commitment, family, masculine leadership, feminine devotion, and a shared purpose, because freedom without foundation doesn't liberate, it isolates you completely. And tradition wasn't the problem, abandoning it was.
I hate being single. Here, I'll translate. I hate not getting attention, I hate not getting my bills paid, I hate not having a thing to show off to my friends, I hate not getting gifts all the time, I hate not going on trips, I hate not having everything taken care of. I hate not living like a movie romance novel.
It's literally crazy that women have created an entire multi-million-dollar industry on the way they want to be yearned for, and men still can't figure it out. We have thousands, hundreds of thousands of romance novels, all written with almost the same story outline of how a woman wants to be yearned for, yet men still can't figure it out. Men still can't figure it out. We have the whole entire Bridgerton franchise. For them, it's like a WikiHow of how to yearn for a woman, and they still can't fucking figure it out. Oh my God.
Almost all of the romance novels she talks about, wealthy aristocrats and or violent outlaws and or vampires and or werewolves fighting over average women. Any normal 9 to 5 men in those romance novels? Nope.
Why is the male loneliness epidemic my issue? Why are men in comments going, well, men's mental health is suffering because we're alone? Why is that my issue that you're lonely? That you're so insufferable to be around and your political views are so damaging to those around you that you have a loneliness epidemic? Why is that my issue? What does that have to do with women? Feminism and women's call to action is about what men and patriarchy do to us. Your loneliness epidemic is a result of individual choices and, you guessed it, patriarchy. So what does that have to do with me? Talk to your bros. Tell them you love them. Or is that too femme for you? Is that too girly for you? Go and do a hobby that doesn't involve pummeling each other. Or is that too feminine for you? Write your friends letters telling them how much you love them. Or is that too feminine for you? What does it have to do with me? Sort it out. Ugh.
Don't marry the person you can have fun with. Marry the person you can suffer with. Anyone can love you when life is easy. Few stay when you're broke, exhausted, and falling apart. Real romance is 3 a.m. hospital rooms, not vacation photos. Choose the one who walks through hell with you.
I've got a prediction for 2026, and that is that the so-called male loneliness epidemic is only going to get worse in the next year and onward. And the reason for that is because women, and specifically Black women, have decided to opt out of the bullshit, y'all. They prefer to deal with a partner who is emotionally intelligent, mature, and acts like a damn adult. And when they look at the dating pool that's out here, they're not finding it. And what they're opting for is peace. That's what's going on. A mentor of mine many years ago used to tell me, Rod, peace is priceless. And the older I get, the more true those words are. Peace is priceless. And that's what women, especially Black women, fellas, are opting for. Many of you all don't want to hear this, and you can try and come at me. I don't care. But many of you all are misogynistic and chauvinistic as hell. And what you want in a woman is you want a surrogate mother. You also want a living sex doll that will sleep with you on command. And then you want somebody who you can boss around. And too many of you all would not do the work to find out why that is. You just want to blame women for not wanting to deal with you and your bullshit. For many, many years, when women did not have the access to opportunities and choice, women had to marry in order to secure their financial future. But women have always wanted to have a partner who respected them and who is a mature adult, willing to be partners with them. They've always wanted that. But now in society, they can get as much education as they want. Black women are the most educated demographic in this country. They can pursue careers that interest them, get jobs that they want, start businesses, and explore other opportunities. But here's the thing, when women used to be called gold diggers, Kanye West, now you all are mad that they are securing their own financial independence and you're calling them too masculine and they're not feminine enough. Here's the thing. All of the rhetoric that is spread by you, red pill bros, passport bros, podcast bros, where you are constantly denigrating women and telling women what you don't like, you know that that's going out in public, right? And that Black women can see that. And you think that makes you more appealing? Just like those idiots that were making those videos when SNAP benefits were discontinued, prancing around talking about, now women can't eat, they'll have to go out with me. What the hell is that? And the fact that many of you all don't even have the presence of mind to do any self-reflection, that is glaring red flags, and women are deciding they don't have to. That they can now fully take care of themselves. And if they want intelligent, deep conversation, they have their girlfriends. Oh, and let's talk about sex too. Many of you fellas out there think that you're getting it done in the bedroom, and you are not. Your woman is faking it. No, man, I can tell when a woman is... No, you can't tell when a woman is faking it. And why are they faking it? Because they want you to get up off of them. Because they're not getting satisfied, they're tired, and they've got shit to do in the morning. In other words, they could have had a V8. And now they can buy any number of plastic helpers that will get them there every time they turn it on. And if they want warmth in their bed, they can throw on a blanket. They are opting for peace, fellas. And until you all get that and start working on yourself and stop blaming them for your lack of companionship, they're going to continue to opt for peace over you. And I especially don't blame Black women, because like we Black men in this country, they have to deal with that on top of being a woman and the misogyny that comes at them too. And they can't find peace at home. Something else that we're going to see increase in 2026 and beyond. People who have been married or together for 20, 30, 40 years plus getting divorced or splitting up. Because in many circumstances, people stay together for the sake of the kids, but once the kids are grown and out of the house, women are looking at the men in their space and they're going, you know what? I don't know you. And I don't like you, and I don't want to get to know you. And they're deciding, you know what, I don't have to do this anymore. And they're out the door. Bottom line, fellas, unless we decide to do much better, we're going to continue to not have the kind of companionship that we seek. And again, I don't blame Black women. They deserve peace. They deserve happiness. They deserve security, and if they can get that without us, more power to them.
We figured it out, but the peace, oh the beautiful peace, is worth more than anything a female has to offer in a full-time relationship. We have many options also, so why waste our money and time dating, when we can just enjoy everything the single life has to offer?
Male loneliness epidemic. Yeah, do you want to know the last time a man held the door open for me? Do you want to know the last time a man wanted to see me in the daylight? Do you want to know the last time a man bought me flowers? Do you want to know the last time a man picked me up for a date? I'm sorry that I'm not jumping at the opportunity to be treated like complete fucking dog shit. I'm sorry that I'm not jumping at the opportunity to receive the bare minimum from a man. At the end of the day, I can do all those things for me, and I can do it without some man bitching and whining and moaning in my ear about it. I dated a guy one time, and he told me, well, I can't buy you flowers that much because then you're just going to expect it, and it's not going to be as special. Why isn't it just like a normal thing that you regularly do? And I also had to ask for flowers. And he never held the door open for me. The last time I was involved with a man that I wanted to date, he threatened to leak my nudes when I pissed him off. And then he gaslit me and called me crazy. And the whole time he was talking to a complete other girl. And also, I don't really feel like getting into a relationship and then immediately being pressured by society to get married, have children, start a family. Because apparently that's all that women are good for in this day and age. And I've done the math. My life is just a whole lot better and easier without a man in my life dating me, because at the end of the day, I don't need to depend on them for happiness, and I'm way better off on my own. And until a man wants to treat me right, then I'm fine being single. So maybe do better.
All the good men are walking around still waiting for you to have a good sense of awareness for nice men, because some are very shy and afraid to approach you because they might be way too nice. That's why you single ladies should approach them first.
I have never been in my adult life as chronically single as I am right now. Like, so chronically single. Like, I think men are allergic to me. I don't even know. So if anyone wants to have a crush on me, feel free. I'm not even picky at this point. I'm not picky. Beggars can't be choosers. So if anybody wants to fall in love with me, let me know. I'm down. Unless you give me the ick, then that's game over for you. And that's the issue. Everyone gives me the ick. So I think it's just me and my cats for the foreseeable future. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not upset. Not at all. It's really the men of Austin that are missing out on me, not the other way around. Don't get it twisted.
If anybody wants to fall in love with me, let me know. What about you? What are you going to do for him? Maybe this is why no one is with you. Notice how at the end she turns it around and blames the men anyway. We did figure it out. That's why we're not approaching.
Saw a statistic the other day, and it basically said there are more single people now in their 20s to 30s than there have ever been. I can't remember what the exact number was, but it was substantial, and I feel like I have seen that. Everywhere I look, my own friends, people in my life in their 30s or nearing 30 and are still single. Amazing people that absolutely should have no problem finding anybody. So I just wonder why that is. I do think to a degree people are more content waiting to find somebody, but definitely not in all cases. It's that people finally aren't settling. They're not accepting crappy relationships as a lifelong partner. It does make me sad too, though, how many friends and people I know that are, again, amazing and want to find someone and get married, and they just can't. What is happening? What is there? Just no good men? Men, you need to step up and be better. What is going on? I mean, I do know that that's true.
Maybe it's you who still haven't figured it out. Maybe it's no good women.
A girl posted a video about how we are in a single epidemic, like an overwhelmingly large amount of people who are single, yet everyone seems to be looking for love. And I'd like to add my 2 cents as to why I think that is. I think it's 3 main things. I think, one, everything has to be social media approved now. It's not enough for you to find somebody that makes you happy. You also have to find someone that is going to put you in a relationship where you're able to brag about it all on social media, and that's not helpful. 2, the idea that there is going to be this perfect person who completely understands you upon meeting them, and you won't have to communicate the way that you want to be treated, and you won't have to have these tough conversations, and everything will just work out perfectly. That's not helpful. And then 3, which I think is like probably the most deadly, and something that I myself am very guilty of, is that we have gotten so far into like encouraging everyone to be independent and be happy on your own, which is important. I say it all the time. It is very important. But I think that we're kind of in a point where we've overcorrected. Like, you keep seeing this rhetoric of like, oh, you don't owe people this, you don't owe people that, like, you don't have to put up with that. And I think that you guys are missing the fact that, like, when you are in a relationship with someone, even if it's not romantic, even in a friendship, there are going to be aspects of this relationship that are not necessarily pleasant all the time. And the solution can't always be, well, never mind, I'm just going to be single. I'm just going to be by myself. Or let's just go no contact. Let's just not even be friends anymore. That's not the solution. Everything cannot be solved by, oh, I'll just be by myself and let's just not do this anymore. That's not how you stay in a relationship. Yes, you do need to be independent. Yes, you need to get to a place where you are happy on your own. But if you want to be in a relationship, it is going to come with tough decisions and decisions that will come where you could make the choice to say, I'm just going to be single. Let's just not try anymore. Or you could compromise and be patient and be forgiving. Like being in a relationship of any sort, again, not even romantic, being in any sort of relationship is going to cause you to have some sort of a conflict. And you can't solve conflict if your very first or last answer is to just say, let's forget it. Let's just split up. That's not how you stay together. I'm glad and I'm grateful that society and women specifically, really women, have moved past a point of needing to be in a relationship because, like, if you weren't attached to a man, then you could not provide for yourself. I'm glad for that. But the reason why your grandparents and all of them stayed together was because they had to stay together and they didn't have any choice. And that it's great that we're not in that anymore. But I do think in order to maintain a long-term partnership, especially someone you want to be with for the absolute rest of your life, you do need to have a mindset of like, okay, I'm going to be in this. Like leaving actually is not an option. Like I'm going to stay and I'm going to make this relationship the best that I can make it because that's what I committed to. That's what I decided to do. And leaving and being by myself is not an option. But when everybody is so quick to say, let's just give up, throw my hands up and walk away, you can't stay together that way. That doesn't make any sense. And again, this is something that I'm guilty of. I've talked about this multiple times. Like I'm the very first person to throw my hands up and say, just don't call me no more. Leave me alone. But again, that's not how you stay in a relationship. And I think that a lot of us are at that place, both men and women, where we have decided it's easier to just be by myself. And yes, it is easier in a lot of ways for you to be by yourself, but that doesn't mean that that is the answer, especially since there's only so much growing and self-development and healing that you can do when you're by yourself. Once you get to a certain point, you need someone there to reflect you back to you. You need someone to show you your shortcomings. You need somebody to show you the things in you that still need to be healed. So being single and being alone and just giving up on having relationships as soon as they get tough is not the answer. And I really do think that is why we're in such an epidemic.
There is literally nothing a man can do that a woman cannot characterize as creepy or worse. Women openly say they will not do this or that leaving very little that they will do, but they require the guy to do a huge list. Even if she is wonderful at the start, what about later?
This is going to get me in trouble, but nobody wants to talk about the female loneliness epidemic. They only want to talk about the male loneliness epidemic. If we were to actually unpack female loneliness, we would have to also look at the behaviors that contribute to it. It only takes one excruciating friendship or friend group experience for a woman to kind of want to wall herself off from friendship with other women. Women are often socialized and taught that relational harmony is a primary goal. So when there's any disagreement, it tends not to happen through direct conflict. It's more of like subtle shifting social dynamics. And yeah, sometimes the conflict is an inherent jealousy. Sometimes the conflict is a growing apart or a changing of opinions or beliefs. And even if it isn't intended to be malicious, the indirect nature of it can cause a lot of women to act like some shady ass bitches. And all it takes is one bad experience with somebody acting like a shady ass bitch for you to think isolation is better. And again, because this is all indirect, a lot of women are lonely inside their existing friendships precisely because they have a lot of friendships that don't feel emotionally safe.
Think about it. Relationships are toxic now. You don't need anyone. This bothers me so much. I love being single. It's so liberating. I'm saving so much money. I'm looking after myself. It's awesome, guys. Be yourself, save your money. Don't be a simp. If you're a real man, look after yourself. There's great women out there. Good luck finding them. These women are toxic. Stop simping, look after yourself. You will save so much money and sleep so well. You don't need a person to turn your life upside down. The only people you should look after is you and your family. Whether people blame feminism, dating culture, social media, or modern expectations, one reality is becoming harder to ignore. Men and women are increasingly disconnected from each other. Some believe independence has replaced intimacy, while others argue relationships have become emotionally exhausting and transactional. The deeper issue may not be who needs who, but whether modern society still knows how to build healthy relationships based on trust, effort, appreciation, and genuine connection. You're watching Modern Dating Logic, where we keep it real, not emotional. If you see the pattern, you already know what to do.